Wait on any questions. If you could take a moment to comment on your team as you enter the Georgia game.
Yeah, we're coming off a bye week and looking forward to getting back in the competitive arena with a tremendous challenge against a great Georgia team Saturday night in Athens. Our kids are excited about the opportunity to try to go put a complete game together and get into the month of November and try to finish in the things that we've worked on collectively since our last game. Our team has improved and look forward to an opportunity to get back in action Saturday night.
First up is Bob Holt of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Barry, how you doing?
Good, Bob. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I heard, I guess I read some stories that Taylor Powell is getting, first team reps at least the early part of this week. How's he doing? Is there a chance he could start? And I guess what's latest on Kelly Bryant?
Yeah, the thing, we just finished up our Wednesday practice, and Kelly took majority of the snaps with the ones, and Taylor's working in as like he has every other week, and the 2 reps, and we always make sure as we get into game week, that our number 2 quarterback, whoever that is, that they take some meaningful time with the ones, because that position is so important, and they're always a play away from being the guy that's calling it. And so this week's been no different. I think Kelly's on track to play, and I think he'll play well. And Taylor understands that he's going to prepare just like he has every other week and put us in position where if his number is called, that we can go execute the offense and do the things that we need to play efficiently.
How's Taylor been handling that?
He's been awesome. A great teammate, a great, tremendous football IQ. He understands, the position, what we're trying to get out of the position. He's got respect to the locker room, just on the way that he's worked. And, he knows that if and when his number is called, that he'll be prepared and ready to go play it at the level that he needs to help our team.
Thanks.
Thanks, Bob. Next is David Pascal, Chattanooga Times-Press.
Hey, Barry, I know that when you look at your road losses, there was the bad second quarter at Wyoming, the penalties in Nashville, the weather in Lexington, but I know there have been some individual things, but has there been a common thread to why there seems to be, to this point of the season, a Jekyll and Hyde of when you guys play at home and when you guys go on the road?
Well, I wish it was easy enough just to point and, home games this and away games that. It's not. We haven't played well enough to win in those 3 losses, and it's a number of things. One of them, offensively, we haven't been able to run the football in those 3 contests. For whatever reason, there's a number of reasons why, but the inability to run the ball, and then defensively, against Kentucky, we gave up too many explosive plays. Same thing against Wyoming. Haven't created enough momentum plays in our favor on the execution to be able to win a game. And, we're just good enough as a team to win some games, but we've got to do absolutely everything right, and the execution has got to be on point. We've got to bring our A game, and if we don't, then it's kind of the world of college football. If you don't play your best, then you're opening yourself up to have very, very few opportunities to win, and there's a fine line there. So the challenge for us, it's been a good week so far, preparation, and now it gets to the point where you flip the switch from the physical preparation and continue with the final 48 hours of how you prepare, and then mentally and have mental toughness and go execute on the road. So the areas that we haven't played well at in the times that we haven't been able to win games, we understand those and what we need to do to try to get them fixed, and our staff and team is working hard to get there.
And then the other thing, you obviously had one of the toughest midseason adjustments with Cale Garrett's injury. How do you think you guys have responded, and how much more comfortable? I know it's not easy, but how much more comfortable are you now compared to when you first learned he was out for the year?
Well, I think that our guys understand that he's not coming back, and that's it was And you never can control the injuries, obviously, but it was a tough blow to our team. But also we understand that's part of it. And the next guy's got to continue to perform and play well. And then 10 guys around him need to up their game. And the production that Kel had through 5 weeks was as productive as any player in college football. And I don't think we've ever put the ownership of that has to be just automatically replaced by the one guy stepping into that role. It's collectively everybody on defense, we got to play a little bit better. So I think the linebackers led by Nick Bolton have played a little bit better each week since his absence, and then on the other side, the guys that we've rotated in there, they've continually shown improvement, and obviously will be tested a great deal this week.
Thank you, Barry.
Thanks.
Next is Mark Weiser at the Athens Banner Herald.
Hey, Barry, you alluded to this. What slowed down your ability to run the ball last couple of games, and what is the challenge to get that going against Georgia?
Yeah, a number of things. I think number one, you look at some of the things just at the point of attack blocking. We haven't been as efficient or been able to get as much movement as maybe we thought we would be able to in certain situations. I think there's always never we'll just put the blame on, hey, we got to block better and do this. We got to coach better and we got to teach it better. We're all in this together and finding ways to effectively run the ball. There's a number of things that we've looked at to try to give ourselves an advantage, and then looking at the opportunity or the challenge going into this next week. Georgia's one of the best defenses in the country, and the line of scrimmage and the way that they play defensively, they've got great players, a tremendous scheme and coaches, and they've got athletes all over the field. So it'll be a tremendous challenge. We've got to make sure that somehow, some way, we find ways to extend the drive. You get into third down, you find a way to go get the first, and if you can do that and continue to move the ball, it's just find ways to get the next 10 yards. Whether that's in the run game will help us. Obviously, it'll open up some things in the pass game, but that's been a big emphasis for us here in the last couple of weeks.
And I wanted to get your impressions on Georgia cornerback DJ Daniel, number 14. You didn't face him last year. What jumps out about him on film? I know they got some more high-profile guys in that secondary.
Well, you look at just the way that they play, their match coverage, they're coached so well, but then they've got the athletes to be able to go do it, and he stands out. They've all got great quickness, and they understand the scheme. They go attack the ball. They're aggressive in their coverage. It looks like you look at their numbers on what they're giving up, defensively, and really everything's top 10, top 8 in the country, and you turn on the film, and absolutely every play it backs up. They play with aggressive attitude and very well coached again, and the way that they play, their skill set, they come out. It shows because they're so aggressive, and he's making plays. The contested balls, they're winning those, and they've got a solid group.
Thank you.
That's going to wrap you up, Coach.